Welcome to our second video. Again, I'm Gary Zacharias. We're going to be covering a lot of material regarding your writing skills. Last one, if you had a chance to look at the first video, I gave you just a general introduction to academic writing, and we talked a lot about having a good topic sense. So we're going to talk with a basic unit of good writing, which is your paragraph. So we talked about a good topic sentence to get the paragraph rolling, and I'm using this textbook that I mentioned, English Essentials. And I'm glad to email it to you. Got a PDF of it, so you can just follow along with me. I'm on page 4, and let me start by saying, so today what we want to do is talk about the support you have for your paragraph. I've taught a long time, seen hundreds and hundreds of student papers. They usually don't have too big a problem with a topic sentence. Okay, so they have a topic they want to talk about, they have a direction for that topic, and they keep it fairly limited, right? So that tends to go away. Any problems there are handled pretty easily, and they say, okay, got it, and we move on. Here today, with this video, this is the biggest problem I see students having, and that is, where's the support? They think if they give a couple of sentences or 3 sentences, they've proved their point. No, they haven't. This is academic writing. Remember, the difference between academic writing and just writing for fun. Academic writing is serious writing that says, make a claim and then support it. You've got to support the claim. It's not enough to just say something. There have to be some reasons. If you listen to many people on talk radio or even on television, these talking heads, they often talk well and they have all sorts of great ideas, but there's not a lot of support there necessarily. So that's what we're going to talk about today. What are we talking about when we say you need to support your paragraph? So if you look at page 4, right in the middle, I said the following are methods of support for a paragraph. So let's go through these real quickly and make sure you understand what they are. So you made your claim, that's your topic sentence. You could support it with stories. Well, everybody loves stories. We don't grow out of that. We loved them when we were kids. We go to movies today because they tell stories. We watch something on Netflix or whatever, and we love stories. So you can always make a great paragraph by having your claim and then support it with stories. Nobody gets tired of stories, so those are always excellent ways to support a paragraph. The second thing you can support it with is facts. Why facts? What's the value of a fact, do you think? I would say a fact lends authority and lends credibility to what you're writing. You don't just say, I was in a car. You name the car. You don't just say, I was out. You tell us what time you're out. You don't just say, I ran into a friend. You name the friend. Do you see how all of those things together make your story seem more believable, whatever it is? So you want to have facts. Now, you don't just load a paragraph with facts. There's got to be some reasons why the facts are in there. But you have facts. Third thing you can do for support are examples. What's an example? Okay, an example is just a short illustration of whatever the point is. If you want to tell me, oh, my car, I love my car. Now I might say, why do you love your car? You can give me some quick examples. You love the upholstery, you love the radio, you love the instrument panel, you love the moonroof that you have or sunroof, you love the engine, you love the way it locks, you love the infotainment center, whatever it is. So those things are all examples, aren't they? They're illustrations of why you like your car. Here's a fourth kind of support, statements by others. So for example, you're telling about having a run-in with a cop the other day. If you can, instead of saying, boy, he wasn't very friendly, or he was pretty gruff, what did he say? If you remember the words, that's so much more powerful because, again, it seems real. It seems credible. We believe you because you've put in the actual words that came out of the mouth of these other people that are in your paragraph. And then finally, something that's really powerful are descriptions. So if you say, my brother keeps his room so filthy, it's not enough to say there's stuff everywhere. What does that mean? There was stuff everywhere. What stuff are we talking about? Be specific. Empty juice cartons, cardboard containers from old products that he's bought, pizza boxes with a few pieces left that are all dried out and nasty looking. He spilled something on the desk and it's sticky and it hasn't been picked up. He's got dirty clothes sitting on the floor, dust on the windowsills. spider webs in the corner. I mean, do you see what we're doing there? You're giving me descriptions. You're letting me see by the use of the words that are coming down on the paper so I can begin to understand, oh, wow, this is a dirty person. So are these 5 kinds of support exclusive? In other words, you only have one but you don't have the other? No, they're often mixed together. For example, could you have facts as you tell a story? Definitely. You say, on the afternoon of March 5th, that's a fact. And then you tell a story. Could your story involve description? Oh yeah. Could your story involve statements of other people? Oh, for sure. So do you see, don't think of these as, well, okay, I'll just fill up my paragraph with a story. I'll just fill up my paragraph with a description. They're often intermixed, but I'm just saying these are the tools that you'll use to fill up your paragraph. So for example, I have several paragraphs here, and I'm just going to kind of skim it. You can read it on your own. It's on page 4 still in this book. So let me start with A. I was really frustrated at my job interview. Okay, so what's the key word there? By the way, that's a good topic sentence, isn't it? Because it says one interview, one time, so it's very limited, and it talks about a job interview, so you know the topic, and I was frustrated. You see, that gives a direction. So I have to put all sorts of negatives in here. Now, how did I fill up this paragraph? Well, I told you it was a long plane flight. I told you I had to rent a car. That was a pain. I had to fight the traffic. When I got there, remember I'm telling a story now, aren't I? When I got there, there were people that didn't seem very interested, and they only spent a few minutes talking to me. I was out the door in 20 minutes. By the way, you hear that fact? So I have a story here, and the story is specific, 5 people, 20 minutes. The place was specific, San Francisco. But it's a story, right? So that's a powerful way to get across my experience to you. Here's another one. Look at number B, letter B, toward the bottom of 4. The fact that I've owned a wide variety of cars. How do you think I'm going to fill that up? Probably not so much stories, but I'm going to use examples. I've made a claim. A wide variety of cars. I had this car, I had this car, I had this car, and I did. I told you, there was an old car called a Studebaker, a 2-door Chevy. By the way, I got specific. I told you the year of the car. A Ford Falcon, a 65 Corvair. Notice the dating again. That's a factual piece of material. A Toyota, a Mercury, a Volkswagen camper, on and on. I'm filling this full of example 1, example 2, example 3. It's not enough to say 1 or 2. After all, my claim was that it was a wide variety, so I have to fill it up with a lot of details. Letter C. I love astronomy, so here it says, I said, I find stars interesting. Well, stars, interesting, there's my topic, there's my direction. I better have some interesting things here. So I said, this is just full of description, by the way. So I talked about how dense they are. I talked about hot blue stars. I talked about pulsating stars. I talked about some that spin, the way they spin. I talked about giant stars and the explosion that they go through. I talked about black holes. All of that stuff, I'm giving you tons of details and examples of what it's like to imagine what's going on out there in space. So those are pieces of support. Now, we'll just do this on the bottom of page 5 and then we'll end this video. I gave you some possible topic sentences, and the question is, which of those 5, you think of them like a tool belt, right? These are tools to fill up your paragraph. Which of the 5 might be effective for these topic sentences? So I'm going to stop and let you think about it for just a second, and I'll tell you what I think might work. Number 1, in the last week I've become very frustrated with my car. Okay, I've been frustrated with my car. Is it possible to be factual there? Oh yeah. You had to take it to a mechanic and he's going to charge you $450. That's a fact. Could you tell a story there? Sure. I'm driving on the freeway last Tuesday when I hear this loud clunk. Okay, so you got a story there. Could you be descriptive? Sure, you pull over, pull the hood up, and you see oil pouring over the side of the car, dripping on hot metallic pieces, sizzling, that smell of burned oil and the puddle that's forming. Do you hear the description there? So could you do those things? Yes, and this would be a wonderful paragraph. I'm sorry if that's your car, but it'll be a good paragraph. Number 2, you bought a new computer game. It has amazing graphics, amazing graphics. What do you think would be the lead way that you would fill that in? Think about those 5 kinds of support. amazing graphics. What do you have to do with graphics? You have to describe them. So this paper is going to be full of description. You're going to talk about that scene when you're in the forest. You're going to talk about that scene when you're fighting the ogre. You're going to tell me the scene where the skyscraper comes down, right? All of those are going to be good descriptive passages. Number 3, the parking situation at Palomar has been terrible. Almost every college you hear that complaint, oh, the parking is terrible out here. Okay, so bad parking. How do you fill that up? Stories? Yeah, I think so. Description? Sure, it's a hot day and you're parking way out there and you're having to trudge through that heat to get to your class. Sure, description there. Could it be factual? Yeah, it took you 15 minutes just in the parking lot to try to find a place. Could you tell some examples? Sure. Could you have statements by others? Sure. Other people that are in the class are saying, it took me a half an hour to find a spot, right? So use some other people talking there. How about number 4? My professor for art history is excellent. Could you tell stories about being in the class? Yeah, I think so. Could you have any facts about this person? Sure. How many tests does this person give? What does he or she have on their website? Could you give examples? Yeah. What's a typical class like? Could you describe this person and what the room is like? Yeah, maybe. Probably lesser so there. Statements by others? Sure. They have that Rate My Professors. You could go on there and find out what other people say about this individual. Last one, number 5. There are several jobs around the house that I try to avoid doing. What do you think you need for that? Stories? Sure. Probably description. I had somebody actually write a paper one time, a paragraph about her most disliked job around the house was cleaning people's dishes after they'd eaten and washing the dishes. She said just scraping like egg pieces or drippings from sandwiches. She said that just made her stomach turn. And it was a pretty good paper because she was descriptive about that. But you could do descriptive, you could do maybe statements by a brother or sister in the house. You could do a fact, you could do an example. So again, these types of support work with each other. They're interrelated. But you've got to have them in your paragraph so you don't have much of a paper. Add more details and more support even than you think you need. Teachers and other people looking at your writing, maybe it's for a job, it's an employer, they love those kinds of details. So fill up the details. So you got a good topic sentence, and then this video we're looking at the kind of support. We're just going to do one more thing to round off a good paragraph and give you kind of a summary on our 3rd video. So again, thanks for watching.